Did Jim Jones just drop a bombshell that no one saw coming? Chrissy Lampkin, the woman who has been through everything with him, is crying. Not out of love, but because of a devastating revelation that is upending their entire world. Is this DNA test result the end of their fairy tale? Or is there something even more sinister at play here? You might want to settle in because what we're about to reveal will make you question everything you thought you knew about these two. Newborn DNA results, but not just any DNA results. What's actually happening behind the scenes of their lovely family image? Is it all a lie? Is it just a huge misunderstanding of celebrity drama? The internet has been buzzing for days about Chrissy Lampkin, who never backs down from a challenge, being rocked by the truth that's now out in the open. And Jim Jones, well, he's looking like the cat that ate the canary. What's the real story behind this shocking revelation? Stay tuned because we have all the juicy details that will make you question whether the love story everyone is talking about was built on a shaky foundation. What's the truth and what's just for show? Let's delve into the confusion, so let's take a moment. Jim Jones is a Harlem rapper with a reputation that precedes him. Romance with the one and only Chrissy Lampkin. There's no denying that these two have been the subject of countless headlines, but who could have predicted that the couple who just announced their happy baby news to the world would be at the center of a DNA scandal that has everyone talking? Yes, you read correctly. A newborn bursts into tears. It seems like a plot twist from a soap opera, but no, this is real life, or at least that's what we're supposed to believe. Let's get real here. Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin can have a moment before the baby's DNA test results. It didn't take long for rumors to start spreading. People were confused. Was this a public relations gimmick, or was there something more sinister going on behind the scenes? Chrissy Lampkin, who is known for her tough, no-nonsense style, was crying, and she also seemed ready to change everything we thought we knew about their family dynamic. Jim Jones, well, let's just say he's been a master at keeping his cards close to his chest, but this was something different. It was a straight-faced bombshell that left the internet in shock. The couple has always been open about their problems, and their relationship has had its share of ups and downs. When the DNA results came back, the drama really started. What exactly did the test reveal that made Christy cry, and was it an error? Or mistake? Or is this a much bigger story than anyone could have predicted? Specifically, why does it seem like there's something strange about the whole situation? Well, when Jim Jones dropped the bomb about the DNA results, nobody anticipated this. It's one thing to have a small hiccup in family life, but this is a scandal that could change how people view them. The test was more than just a period of uncertainty. It was a devastating revelation that rocked the foundation of the entire family. And let me tell you, it didn't take long for the public to start making connections and wondering what it meant. Of course, this wouldn't be a Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin story without a little drama, because what would the world be without a little controversy? Just before we dive into the essence of DNA tests, is meant to be simple. A scientific test that answers the question, is this child really yours? However, as we all know, DNA tests can reveal more than just biological facts. They can reveal hidden relationships, family secrets, and most importantly, they can spark a firestorm of rumors and conjecture, which is what we have here. So why did Jim Jones decide to release these results so quickly? And why did Chrissy react the way she did? Could there be more going on than just being told? Is this really about a DNA test? Or is it a well-timed diversion to cover up something much bigger? Stream down Chrissy's. Well, one thing is certain, this isn't just a straightforward question of who the father is. The scandal is much deeper than that, and you can bet your bottom dollar that we're going to delve into all of the horrific facts that have been kept under wraps for far too long. However, before we do that, let's take a moment to discuss the history of Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin. What's really behind their relationship and how they ended up in this position in the first place. Now that we've covered the essentials, let's learn a little more about what's happening here. Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin's relationship has never been easy, to say the least, from their early days in the spotlight until their very public ups. If you've been following Jim and Chrissy for any length of time, you'll know that they've never been shy about their personal lives. In fact, they've practically made a career out of putting everything on display for the public. The ups and downs of these two have given us more drama than the season finale of your favorite reality show. However, let's take a step back and ask ourselves what's going on with these DNA findings. How do we go from a family announcement to a tearful emotional breakdown that's now making headlines? Quite forthright about their relationship, but when it comes to the DNA test, it's clear that there's something they weren't expecting, or perhaps we're just trying to start with the facts, or at least the information we're receiving, because everything is starting to seem a little fishy. Jim Jones, in all his glory, triumphantly presented the results of this highly contentious DNA test to the public, and then things took a dramatic turn when he presented the test results, and Chrissy burst into tears. We don't need to be experts in body language to understand that her reaction wasn't just about determining whether the child was a gem or not. No, there's more going on here. It didn't take long for the speculation to get out of control. Was Chrissy genuinely shocked by the results? Or was this all part of the performance? After all, Jim and Chrissy love to keep people on their toes, but this seemed much too personal for a promotional gimmick. Twitter was on fire, and social media was crowded with people questioning the integrity of the test. The catch is that nobody seems to have the whole story. While Chrissy offered words of support and consolation, others couldn't help but wonder if there was a darker side to this revelation. Was Jim trying to prove that he was the good guy in this whole situation? Or was there something odd about the way the test results were handled? Anonymous sources, of course, started to surface, claiming to have insider knowledge about the couple's private lives. Some believe Jim Jones may have known something all along that he didn't want the world to know just yet, and Chrissy, according to some reports, may have been appalled by what she saw. But could she be complicating the drama for the sake of her career and her family? Brand, and then there were the trolls. Oh, of course, you can always rely on the internet for some people to post memes and mocking comments about the couple's emotional breakdown on social media. Some even went so far as to suggest that the entire event was prearranged for their next reality show, so why wouldn't it be appropriate? The responses were harsh, but you have to admit that they had a point. This was all a big publicity hoax to keep the focus on Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin until the really juicy stuff began to surface when we obtained some so-called leaked insider material. These sources, let's be honest, could be anyone at this point, and the DNA test wasn't just about the baby's paternity. Oh no, there were serious questions about the validity of the test. One anonymous source claimed that the results were delayed, creating unnecessary drama that could have diverted attention from other issues Jim Jones was facing. Another insider claimed that Jim had spent a lot of money to ensure that the test results were as good as possible. Those close to the case have even conjectured that Jim may have orchestrated this entire situation for the PR boost. Think about how much easier it is to keep the spotlight on you when your personal life is falling apart. The more tears, the more views. Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin have mastered the formula for success in the world of celebrity drama. If we're talking about motivations, let's not forget Chrissy's own past with the media, which isn't the first time she's been in the news, but maybe the biggest splash yet. And what about Jim? He's no stranger to controversy himself with all the ups and downs of their relationship. Does anyone really believe that this DNA test wasn't part of their ongoing drive for media attention? Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin are no strangers to controversy, and this latest discovery may have some serious repercussions for their relationship brand and possibly their careers. Trust me, the story is far from over, and the fallout could be as dramatic as the DNA test reveals itself. Let's start by discussing the legal aspect of the situation. Consider how carefully these celebrity connections are managed. Every word, appearance, and step is planned to maximize attention, preserve the appearance of control, and most importantly, generate revenue. However, what happens when all of it is revealed? If a DNA test is made public, it could lead to a legal nightmare if the results are manipulated or false. What about breach of trust? Chrissy Lampkin, who has been by Jim's side for years, would be completely shocked by this whole situation. Imagine her learning that the results were tampered with. The damage to their personal and professional relationship would be disastrous. Speaking of damage, Chrissy's emotional breakdown was undoubtedly a sign that something deeper is at play, even though she may have been acting it out for the cameras. Do you think she's genuinely all over this? We've seen her cry in public before, but this time felt different because there was something almost manipulative about the whole affair. Will Chrissy feel like her entire life has been a lie when the Truth is revealed, or will she double down and continue to play the supporting girlfriend role? Only time will tell, but believe me when I say that this emotional outburst is just the tip of the iceberg. We've already discussed the memes, sarcasm, and bizarre conspiracy theories that are circulating on social media. But let's take a step back and take a look at the true effects. Has made a career out of being unapologetic and honest, but how? Much of that will change after this DNA test scandal. Some fans may start to doubt his honesty, integrity, and decision-making skills because people are erratic. One minute they may love you, the next they're looking for someone to break up with. And what about Chrissy Lampkin? How will it impact her brand? She has built a reputation as a strong woman who is loyal to her boyfriend no matter what. But does this DNA test and her emotional response to it portray her as weak or naive? Perhaps some will view her as a lady caught up in the drama, someone who is too emotional for the public eye, or perhaps something else entirely. They'll see her as the victim in all of this, a woman who was pushed to her breaking point. It's going to be hard for Chrissy to leave this with her reputation intact, because in the world of celebrity, one mistake can send you into oblivion, and this one is... Oh, and there's the money. If Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin have been in the business of publicity and media manipulation for as long as they have, you can bet they know how to profit from controversy. What's next? A reality show documenting their incredible journey through the DNA drama, a tell-all book, a podcast where they discuss everything, or Team Jim and Chrissy, but don't discount them. These kinds of problems often lead to business opportunities that you can't imagine. The question is, will it work? Will this public spectacle cause their careers to collapse and leave them penniless? Now let's talk about what might happen behind the scenes. If this whole DNA test issue is part of a larger, more planned strategy, there could be huge financial repercussions. What if Jim and Chrissy had been waiting for the right moment to pull a prank like to cash in? We've seen it happen time and again. Celebrities incite drama, shed a few tears, and watch the money come in. Could this be a money-making scam masquerading as a family? When you know how this game is played, the more you keep people guessing, the more they stay interested. These two are no strangers to knowing how to keep things. But what if the plan backfires? What if the public sees through the drama and turns against them? We've seen it happen to other celebrities before. If people begin to question the validity of the DNA test, the response could include serious legal issues, financial difficulties, and public attention. Will Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin be able to recover if this entire scandal blows up in their faces? Or will it be the end of their careers? The questions about public lives as we know them are constantly being raised, and that's the beauty of it. There is a lot of uncertainty about what's really happening behind the scenes. But one thing is certain. This scandal has only just started, and it will only get more bizarre from here. Whether it's the fallout from this DNA test or something else entirely, Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin have once again managed to grab the public's attention, and the results are shocking. And just like that, we've reached the end of this incredible story. However, before you leave, we would like to know your thoughts. If you're shocked by what you just heard, please share this video with everyone you know. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button for more delicious, surprising updates, because we have more exclusive revelations coming your way. You won't find the truth you've been waiting for anywhere else. If you think Chrissy Lampkin's emotional reaction is real or just playing her part in a bigger game, please let us know in the comments below. Your opinion matters more than anything else. Bringing it for tuning,